Minnesota team on again. A very young squad overall. Scrap will kick us off for first.
Chat, what would you rank Vault in terms of S&D map pool? I think Vault, well, now that Hasi's in, I would say it's probably third on my list. But I think Red Card is number one. Before Hasi, obviously. So like before Hasi came in, I think Red Card was my number one and Vault was my number two. F last, better than Skyline. I mean, it's 100% better than Skyline. I think Skyline and Protocol. Actually, I'm actually digging Protocol a little bit more. I think it's a little bit more advanced. So I think Protocol would go above Skyline. I think Skyline's 100% the worst S&D map. I would say Vault is my second favorite, I think. But I actually been liking Protocol a lot more. I think Protocol is rising on my list. I thought Rewind was my third after Vault and Red Card, personally. I do see this as super one bomb sidey still, though. That's the only difficulty of it. But I feel like there is still a lot that you can do, like strat-wise. Even though you kind of know that they're going A, there's still like a lot of shit that you can do, and fakes, I guess.
And now he takes that side of the map away from Rokkr. It's a little bit of a sound cue that something fishy is happening over towards Gold. Can he find the kill? No, Geo gets the better of him, 3v3.
And you got this top useless position plus Nero over towards Art. So Estriel's going to get the bomb planted. We've seen this already. You plant at B, it is extremely difficult to retake. There are just so many angles that Minnesota can watch this from. But Estriel, with an SMG in hand, will opt to play this from the bottom side at Art. Nero has backed all the way over towards...
You ever play the game? Not too much, honestly. I watch a fuck ton, but I don't play too much. I'd rather do something else with my time. I'll play something else to decompress. Playing just sounds stressful and not worth my time.
But Estriel's going to say, Envoy trying to make a proactive play, but just hopping it, not going to happen. Estriel gets the timing on the peak. Hydra, just too much to deal with. So here you go. First blood onto Paul. Doesn't make much of a difference. The play-through pool in towards bottom vault leads to a plant that LA Thieves cannot retake.
Yeah, right there, the Thieves, though, they have to be quick.
You miss Rio whenever you play Vault? I didn't really care for Rio in an S&D map anyways. I did like the difference that Rewind, or not Rewind, that Rio would have, because it was so... I said this with Rewind. I thought Rio and Rewind played really similarly, where you get information so quick that you have to act on it very quickly as well. So it's not like oh, let's play default, or let's play, slow off the break. Let's kind of figure out what the fuck's going on. It's like, bang something. If they're not there, okay, they're over here. You know how to attack it. You see what I'm saying? I think it's they definitely play similarly. Obviously, Rewind taken out now, but I don't think it should have gotten taken out personally. But that's that.
And there's no noise on this side of the map. If we give up that bomb plant on B, you see how difficult of a retake that.
We gotta have you spawn on mage stage at some point. You do not want that Stizzy, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. Perfect play from Rokkr and the man disadvantage.
You think they should bring back Arsenal control? For sure. Dude, I'll take any of the BO4 control maps. I'll take Arsenal, I'll take Frequency, I'll take Seaside at this point. I thought Seaside was the worst out of the four, but I would still take it at this point. We need control maps, chat. Look at the 4-bang mid from Minnesota. They're just banging this shit. I fuck with it. Triple chow open.
You lose Paul on B Street. You got to keep someone behind to make sure there's no pinch coming around the.
See, that's the thing with the nades off the break. So obviously you guys know about the statue nades. You throw it down here. You hit their lobby so they can't control lobby. If you trust your nades so much, if you are so confident in your nades, you basically have all of middle control, because you know that they're gonna be here super late. So they triple chow close and just end up 4-banging it. They have one guy go cat, watch for a possible quick push through. Probably throws his tax, probably throws a stun nade, delays them for a little bit, and then just ends up banging with them.
A little bit of aggression over towards the catwalk area, as Minnesota
and they just fully bang it. And then just work with each other on the outskirts. Obviously they get the first play on the guy watching the lobby. And then they just hit Scrap out towards his left side. Two free bloods. Now you're in a 4v2. It's free at that point.
What an opener for Minnesota. A flawless round.
Hey, what's good, Traven?
Oh, they are in sync, man. They are in sync.
That's what happens when you fully trust your nades, chat. If you are so confident in your nades, mid control is just huge. You just got to hit your nades.
They find all 4 kills with ease and also catch the player going on that pinch. Minnesota Rokkr not making any mistakes, even in the 3v4.
Next match is against Falcon team. What do you think of their level? I think they just need to improve and respawn. But if they improve and respawn, I actually think they could be a good team. They have the you can see they have like some raw talent, especially like some of them. They just are so behind respawn wise from not playing it for so long. But obviously they win searches every now and then. So you can't like underestimate them, because what if they just fucking Neslo you? They beat FaZe on a control, and then what if they just beat you in two searches? They're gonna be like the new Neslo team if they can actually win some controls, right?
They're expecting this match to be a lot more fast-paced, but once that bomb goes down at A, how do they try to find success on this retake?
The biggest thing for something like that team is you just can't go in underestimating them. You have to have the mindset that they're still obviously a pro team, and they can win on any given day too. Like, you can't play down to their level.
On the opposite side perfectly, but unfortunately gets nothing.
Could be another on this with DDL. So this are teams that have 3 years, largely 2. If you're taking the average, this are teams that have grown the most over the course of.
Gun to your head, pick one CDL player to 1v1 to save your life. I'll choose TJ. What the fuck? Insane.
Of the CDL, so you have to think that with these 4 players, a chance to kind of showcase that again is once more Bomb taking a very unorthodox approach, just playing in towards the midpoint, now moving over towards A, which is wide open.
Yeah, this is sort of the mind games right now.
Dashy 100%. I'm taking Brandon for sure too.
But once that bomb goes down at A, how do they try to find success on this?
Like, they gotta win the 1v1 to save my life. I'm taking Brandon every day of the week.
Set up this pinch, and he's trying to time this pinch on the opposite side perfectly, but unfortunately gets nothing.
Could be another flawless round here for Minnesota. Ghosty, the last one left. 1v4 would have to come through. Deals with Nero cleanly. Paul gave it an effort, but backs away, knowing that numbers will likely just win this round outright, and that is indeed the case.
They just keep closing team in that bomb necessity.
Lots of comfort built in. When we start to see tallies of 3-0 this quickly, you can start throwing some curveballs in the mix if you want to just try to keep this Thieves team guessing. Hydra, the rest of LA, try to play up top towards the hallway.
So this is an RC car round. Number 2's calling an RC car.
Dives across.
Dude, I swear, maybe I'm faded, chat, and I love the idea of getting info of RC cars. I swear every time an RC car is used, that team loses the round. I might have to get a stat on that or something. You just lose so much map control for something like, you have to play it like pretty well, but something like what they did here, or what we did on Skyline and the Kason tournament or something like that, or when people use it on Skyline searched on offense, I swear, dude, you just give them the entire map and it's so hard to play. It's like a fake streak almost, in my opinion. Like, I guess if you use it correctly, sure, but you give people so much map control, it can be really bad. But I guess, hey, they end up, winning this round anyways somehow.
Here the RCXD already on the way over. Dives across. I don't know if it actually saw Hydra. Now it does.
But like Scrap is just pushing the street, and for some reason Geo is his top art watching this. I don't know. Maybe they expected him to push up the street, but playing top art the whole round is kind of crazy, no? I guess he's just playing super safe on the B side in case they did go B, because they have the RC on the A side.
I don't know if it actually saw Hydra. Now it does. Has to be blown up, and in that moment, Geo finds first blood deep towards B Street.
And now in the man advantage for Rokkr. You take your time on this retake. Narrow strikes first, though. Is able to take down Hydra. 3v2 now.
Astro trying to follow up from the same position, topside pool. Envoy has been traded. This is just down to, can they find Ghosty? Paul is in the area. A couple of shots come through. No worries there. Easy kill. Little bounce off of it. And Minnesota. You want to talk about slaying presence? You've got 5.
I think you should make a YouTube video explaining the roles of competitive COD, how to play them for ranked, and how to get better at each role you play, and who to watch to get better. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really think there's quote-unquote roles anymore. I would say the only roles are like, if you're just a main AR who uses an AR the whole time, if you're a full sub who uses a sub full time, or like a flex AR to sub, or a flex sub to AR. I guess those are like the 4 quote-unquote roles. But everyone's going to basically do the same job regardless. It's kind of just your style of playing, and that's going to be different for everyone. Like if you're more of a chowler, if you're more of a, play my cred, hold something for my team, if you like to play the hill a little bit more, even though like it might not be as efficient, but you just tend to go towards the hill a lot more. I feel like everyone is kind of a flex now. I kind of agree. I would say you will still have one AR on every team that's basically never going to use a sub. Like Scrap, Brandon, Cell. Like they're not really going to use subs ever. Maybe if you want to fucking run 4 subs on one hill or something, but to be honest, everyone's kind of using an AR. Like I think the sub to AR thing, that kind of flex is more common now with the just nowadays. Like Ant will pull out an AR every now and then. Like you're never going to have you're always going to have subs that have to pull out ARs, if that makes sense. But you can have an AR that's not going to pull out a sub, basically. Because the game is just more AR catered. Or just Call of Duty is more AR catered. Like Ken will pull out a sub, obviously. Dan will pull out a sub. Draza will pull out a sub. You see what I'm saying? And that's like the AR to sub flex. But then someone like Kyler might pull out an AR for us. AG, when he was playing with us, he would pull out an AR. Those are the sub to AR flexes. And, there are going to be some times where Ant pulls out an AR, but it's not as common usually.
Players who was showing a lot of presence over towards pool, you not have to worry about your flank. And that's a lot of...
I feel like Ghosty is our main AR, though. He pulls out the sub a lot.
And then when you think about that objective, Minnesota Rokkr already in a position to contest it.
Like he anchors and shit. I think anchors is, I don't know.
They are slowly but surely picking apart the Thieves one by
he takes the routes just as much as any AR would, though. I don't think there's like the anchor route or anchor role. I don't think it really exists too much anymore, to be honest.
And now you got Geo and Estriel, who are really dangerously close to earning an early Hellstorm, which could just put this game out of reach.
Hey, what's good, Diz? AG was a problem with AR last year. I mean, that was one of the reasons why we were great at sub base, because he was really good with the AR, and we would just run 4 ARs on sub base pretty much. Same with like invasion control. Invasion control, him and Ant would basically run ARs most of the time.
He may have an angle. Stun, nade at the ready. Opening shots do not connect, but again, does he have a spot to just watch the bomb from being defused? There's the frag. It connects. Shots from Ghosty, though.
Not well done, because Pollux, like you said, had the stun.
You don't think anchor exists because it's something everyone on the team needs to do? Yeah, basically. I think the idea of it still... Obviously, you still need to block spawns, but if I spawn up last, I'm blocking the spawn whether I have a sub or an AR. If it's my job to do so and everyone else is pushed up on the map, one guy in hill, and I'm the one that needs to block, I'm blocking. Even if I have a fucking sub in my hands. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot more efficient that way. We've gone through an optimization of how to play Hardpoint over the years. And it's not anymore like, okay, this guy's the OBJ guy and this guy's the anchor. It's way more efficient. Like back in, I think it started basically in the jetpack CODs where it was just like, you just get back in the hill quickly regardless. And at some point with the AW, we were just all running bows. So everyone was just running the same weapon at that point anyways. So you just would end up going to those spots if you needed to. And it kind of just transitioned into that. It's just more efficient. You have the timing to do it, you have the timing to do it, you know? Roles are relevant. The best teams have 4 players that can do any job on the map when needed. Agreed. But obviously there are going to be play styles. There are going to be tendencies that people have. So at the end of the day, everything's not in a vacuum, and everyone's not going to be able to do all of the things to the best of ability that another person can. But if you are having that timing, or if you're in that position, you basically need to do that. There's little sub cases where it's like, okay, an AR and sub basically just spawn next to each other, and he's like in an AR power position, so you can kind of just run past him if you're a sub, because it's just better for him to be there anyways, even if he might have had a better timing. You see what I'm saying? So there are like little discrepancies like that, but for the most part, everyone's doing the job that they would need to. Hey, Yixi, appreciate the 5 gifted. Thank you, my guy. 97 subs gifted to the channel. I fucking appreciate you, my guy. You're a beast. That's a WXC in the chat. Thank you, my guy.
Absolutely right in terms of like kind of setting the trend and setting the pattern. Minnesota on both sides of the bomb.
Roles are part of the game plan as a whole. Who fills them is just how the game plays out. Exactly.
Lately, we've seen Thieves really putting a lot of attention towards top catwalk, over towards marble side. And this time it's just the more traditional, let's just flood through pool, have someone sit behind and wait, keep Scrap alive. And Geo with the RC
exactly. I think that's a good way to look at the role thing. Like the roles are ways to play, but the game is going to dictate how that is played out by the team.
Now with 30 seconds left, goes to your turn to drive around the Autobot. We're going to work our way right back into the site, and you got to get past that.
Yeah, but the problem is someone snuck around the back. That was Estriel. He finds elimination. Now Nero can just hop. Last gunfight.
Yep, RC car again, chat.
He's got to go quickly. Already past the halfway point.
This time they lose the round with RC car. I'm telling you guys. I swear RC cars have like a 10% win rate in the rounds. They use them. I hate them. I don't know. Maybe you get info off them, but you get no map control.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Opening nades just to see if they can contest over towards the catwalk, but you're absolutely right, Jay. There's the Hellstorm immediately after.
Yep, Hellstorm. That's obviously a big play nowadays. You're not really going to see Hellstorms much in search, but if you do get them, you're going B with it. Open up the site completely. You can only be top art. You have someone watching top art over you.
Who can contest this?
They actually did have a timing that Dan could have hit this, that no one was watching it. Dan hits this right away and kills this guy a bomb. That's very tragic for Minnesota. That could have been really bad. Did he not see him in the streak in art? Because I'm feeling like number 4 Geo would have probably just looked at this the entire time. I'm surprised Geo turns here. If they knew this guy was art. No? I don't know what the comms were like here. Because that could have been... I mean, he did have a timing to hit this guy out and kill him off bomb before he planted. That was a clean vault search by Minnesota. I feel like we will start seeing surprise RC cars when you push up in a position on the flank and use it and make them tweak to activate your team on the map. Oh, you mean like you've already pushed through the map and you're like midway through the round? I don't know. To me, at least, I'm thinking like if you don't use it that late in the round, it's kind of fishy to begin with. But also, if you get the route to be able to take that, I think you're just better off using your gun and having your gun up and making a play for your team. I think stalling yourself out with an RC car will probably hurt you more, no?